Certified liver boy, certified pedophile. Boom!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
We're back again. You know it's your boy Bakes and your boy Names. We're at it again.
New season, new us.
season, new life.
You know, new
what?
hope, fresh hope.
It makes me think about how people do that New Year's resolution bullshit where they're like, oh, what's a new year? I want to fucking stop doing and shit like that.
Exactly.
Can't you know you're back in the gloopy?
I'm-
Next Tuesday, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm so ready for my gloopy. I'm so ready.
And we're running,
What
we're
we
running.
came here to do was our Premier League preview show. So we are going to do our top 8 and our relegation 3.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, whoever gets the most right, what did we say was the bet?
You have to wear an op shirt for the game, for the big game.
Between us.
So if it's Arsenal versus United and I lose, I have to wear an Arsenal t-shirt.
Yes, yes. Okay. So we are
And it has
now-
to be a t-shirt that the other player or the other man in this case played fives in.
Yeah.
It must be sweaty.
And the trip is, nah, you aren't like, you don't have a wide torso. I'm a quite wide now, so I'm gonna be out here in a crop top. It's gonna be belly
Hey,
button
shit
showing.
is tight, bro. Your nips are showing.
I'm gonna have to tuck them titties. I'm gonna look like I'm yucking a push-up, bro.
Bro,
yeah.
those piercings just now pop out here on the
Kijk,
side.
you know, I'm with my piercing now, bro. What's wrong with
You're
you?
gonna find out about it sooner or later.
This nigga go expose me on national television.
Let's get in.
We're gonna do shot for shot, starting my relegation 3. My relegation 3 in no specific order. I'm telling you straight now. Ipswich Town, Aria.
Hey, let me say it.
Hey, Aria.
Baby.
Southampton, your time has come. You need to off blood. I got no time for Southampton. And I think Forest will also go down. I think Leicester will survive just like on vibes. And Jamie Vardy being 90 but still carrying them.
Yeah.
But I think Ipswich, Southampton, Forest, that's my 3. Your 3?
My 3 will be Wolves.
You think Wolves are going to go down?
I think Wolves are gonna go down. I think Fulham's gonna go down. I think Fulham just don't belong here. Just get them out of here. Just do it. And then I think
Fulham finished 10th last season.
But you know that can happen, bro.
Okay.
Leicester
okay.
did get relegated and they did win the league.
Okay. No,
So
check,
I'm going Brentford. I'm going Fulham, and I'm gonna go Wolves.
We're going to award points for every correct guess.
Yeah.
You know? So if I get 1 out of the 3, I get 1 point. You get 3 out of the 3, you get the 3, no?
Yeah.
Okay, 8th position. We'll go shot for shot. So my team in 8th position, Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
No. I'm going...
No.
Wait, no. I'm happy. I'm going to go Newcastle 8.
I think Villa's gonna go 8. I think Villa's not gonna be able to follow up that season again because I think Newcastle will only go from strength to strength.
But
Why I
what did
say-
Newcastle sign?
It's maybe less about the signing and more about the next year in their project, and at the same time, they're now gonna find ways to fucking loophole the system in terms of like financial fair play. I think it's only a matter of time before they figure out a way to pump money into that club illegally without it being
I don't
seen.
even think it's illegal, you know. They just need 3 seasons of them generating revenue. So last season was Champions League money, no? This season is now obviously nothing. But if they can get 1 more season of Champions League money, that's 3 seasons where they've made big revenue. And by the end of the 3rd season, they can start to make decent size bumps.
And at the same time, the same thing was with City, hey? When they first got taken over, we also saw this recruiting of players that aren't necessarily sought after by like the top clubs, but by good players. But what City did was, obviously if they created that false sponsorship shit, that's the first year of your sponsorship.
Yeah.
But as the years go by, those fake sponsorships keep pumping in money so that the revenue stream just grows. So year 1 might be a bit sketchy, but year 2 will be better. Year 3, year 4 will be even better with those kind of phony sponsorships. Because now you've had 4 years of your Abu Dhabi grass cutting team
Yeah.
sponsoring you. And now you're ready. Now you're ready to make big hits. You know what I mean? So I think as time goes by, Newcastle, they will start to figure out the system. And you know these oil clubs, bro. They figured it out.
Okay, let's keep it moving. 7.
Chelsea at 7.
Okay, not Chelsea at 7. There's still a chance for Chelsea to sign Osimhen. So I'm going to go Spurs 7.
Spurs 7. I will go Spurs 6.
Then in that case, I'm going to move Villa.
At 5, I've got Liverpool.
At 5, I have Chelsea. You have Spurs, Liverpool.
Did I not put Spurs in already?
No, you
Was Spurs not sixth? Yeah, Spurs was sixth.
mad.
So I had
You had
Villa.
Newcastle.
I had Newcastle at 8. No, Newcastle at 7.
Villa at 8.
Villa. If we watch this video back and like my orders fucked up, and
Yes.
funny.
You had Chelsea at 6.
I had Villa at 8. I had Newcastle at 7.
No, you had
Chelsea at 7. Chelsea at 7. Newcastle 6.
6.
Fifth I've got Liverpool, so they should be
fourth,
4.
it's Spurs.
I'll go Spurs.
You're going Spurs fourth.
Spurs, the Ange Project. We
Okay.
believe. We believe.
And the Highline or Die is going to cause his death.
No,
So-
we believe, bro.
My 4 then, I think, even though Yusuf made good signings, no? I've seen you make good signings in the past. I remember the season when you signed Sancho, Ronaldo, and was it Casemiro?
Yeah.
That season, I really thought Yus were going to do something, no? But I think United still have the big identity crisis. I think there's still the issue with Bruno Fernandes kicking the ball away. I think there's still the issue with Rashford on the left. I think Garnacho's good. I think your defense is sorted, no?
Yeah.
But you are still inconsistent. And you will still have random what the fuck results.
Yeah, we definitely will.
So you saw my 4th.
Okay, my fourth will be Chilla then.
You've done.
Have I done Chilla? But then what am I missing then?
You
Then
did Spurs 4 now. So now you have left is Arsenal, United, and City.
Oh, I see.
This
okay.
is your 3rd.
I'm gonna go City at 3rd.
Yo,
I'm sticking to my guns though. I'm telling you.
you went City
I'm
3rd.
going City 3rd. They have to drop off sometime.
Liverpool's my 3rd.
I'll be the first to predict it. And then second I'll go Arsenal.
My 2nd is clear. History has shown us that in the last 4 seasons, the team that wins the Community Shield does not win the league. So Manchester City.
Shut up.
So
That's
Manchester
crazy.
City finishes 2nd. Your 1st place.
It's obviously Manchester United. 100%.
Okay, delusional FC. For me, I'm backing my Gunners, even though we've
gotta back
signed nothing.
You know, look, the thing is, the way I see it, this time of the season is the only time you can make predictions. Like, it's the only time where you can truly believe and back your team. Like, this is when delusion spikes the highest for United fans.
Yeah.
And this is where we
the
can.
posts.
This is where we can. You know what I mean? When we midway through the season, we're sitting at 10th, we're not going to be that delusional anymore. You know, that's when you got to be hit with reality. But for now, while I still can, I'm going to back us. And if it turns out that way, I get to say, I said it first. You heard it here on the Republic First. United taking it all next season. Lenny Yoro in your pick. Have some of that.
Isn't Yara out for 3 months with a broken leg?
No, I think he has a metatarsal issue. I think so. Yeah.
Listen here.
But look, it matters not. The lucht we have. Look.
I think the Lucht is a straight replacement for Varane.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he is a younger, less almost certified Varane. I think Varane's spell at United was very underrated because of the injuries. No? But when Varane played, it was clear Varane was playing.
Yeah, clear. It's
It
clear
was-
that Varane is one of our best centre
Yes,
halves.
Martinez got a lot of the glow now because Martinez came in and he was almost fighting up against this minion midget kind of battle. So anything he did was great. With Varane, the bar was set so high coming in. If he didn't give you that 8 out of 10 performance, Varane had a bad game. But he never gave you less than 7.
Yeah, he never gave us that. Some like on a rare moments he gave us an 8, but he never. I don't think he really gave us those kind of performances that he got from Madrid.
Yes,
Really
no,
early.
I'm going to be honest, no? Last season, I saw Martinez get torn up more than I saw Varane get torn up. And I watched a solid 70% of it.
But at the same time, but last season you barely saw Martinez.
No, but when I did see him, he got torn up. Last season, I saw Martinez get exposed very few times. No? So let's say it's 3 times I saw him. No? I maybe saw Varane get eaten up once. So it's not, don't make it like, don't think I'm talking about, oh, Martinez is getting cooked, he's dog shit. No. It's just, there's times when your centre half just got cooked.
Yeah.
He just got eaten. And I did see Martinez get eaten.
But I will say, when Martinez came back into our team, it created such an astronomical shift in the structure of the team, that was when we saw the best version of United. Without Martinez, I mean, we had Evans playing our left-sided on
No,
centre half.
no, it's not. That's not working.
It's a stark contrast. Like, I mean, yeah, fair dues. You could possibly put anyone else in there. Maybe Fakayo Tomori. Is it Fakayo? Is it
I know.
something Tomori? We could put Tomori in there and it would still have made a big difference. But, you know, like, he's all we had really on that left-sided centre half. So I think with more defensive options this season, we have more combinations. And as a team, when you have more combinations, I think
Did you see Shaw got injured again?
I'm not even surprised.
Brother, why? When
I'm
is
not
he gonna
even
replace
surprised.
that
I
nigga?
think Luke
That
Shaw's
should be
time is
the
he's
number
gone,
one.
bro.
And you know what he keeps doing? Huh? He'll have decent games when he comes back. He'll have 1 or 2 good games. He'll still be dog shit at times. Defensively, I think Luke Shaw's time has come. Offensively is where he shines because he can do that first time deliveries.
Yeah, he's got a good delivery, but at the same time, like I can't keep on like with a really good player coming, like he's in the team and we play really well and he gets injured. Like, is he really a good player for you if he's not playing like 80% of the time?
And Trip, no? Last season, Arsenal finished 2 points behind City. William Saliba played every second of the Premier League for Arsenal. Our best centre back played every single second of every single game. It's the number one trait in a player is availability. For me, that's the number one thing. That's why I love Saka. That's why and that's why Thomas Partey can't be in the conversation for one of the best defensive mids in the because he's just never fit.
Yeah.
That's the trip. But look on to Arsenal. I'm worried. Arsenal haven't fixed the problem at striker. Jesus, the same thing. Jesus, when he plays, he can look so ridiculously good certain days, no? But he just doesn't have a natural end product.
Yeah,
and
the
then
numbers, I think it's the numbers.
and then
that
he'll
will
still get getok fucked up. He's gonna get injured at least 4 times this season. He's gonna miss minimum 6 months. I know this nigga. So I don't think Jesus is the answer. And I think there kind of needs to be a bro. Osimhen's gonna cost you 100 mil, 400k a week, no? But go buy him. We sold Smith Rowe. We sold 1 or 2 other niggas. If we sell Nketiah in transfers in like outgoings, we would have made more than 60 mil. You just need to add an extra 40 there. There you do that in installments with Napoli. This nigga wants to go. Napoli want him to leave. Yes, you're going to have to pay a bread. You can maybe get him to say 80. I think his salary is the biggest thing because he wants to move his salary.
Yeah.
And at the moment, Chelsea's better positioned for it because Napoli want Lukaku for Conte.
Fuck, Lukaku's also bloody money laundering.
Bro, Lukaku is a money laundering
Bloody hell.
stream. So there is issues in making the deal possible, no? But I see a big gap, bro. Where else in Europe now can you give me a hitter number 9? Someone's going to score. He had a bad season last year. Not a bad, average season. I think he had like 14.
Yeah.
But the boy's clinical. The boy's clinical. And at Arsenal, all we do is create chances, bro. But we don't have a single clinical player in our team.
But look,
Trossard is clinical.
yeah, Trossard has been a banger. He's been a banger.
Trossard is ridiculous.
But on the subject on that transfer, for that piece that you guys need, this might be a controversial take, but I don't, in my opinion, these days, guys, I think those kind of deals don't really work anymore. They don't get you what you want. They might make you better, but I think the formula that we've seen prove through over and over and over again is to have a group of young players come through and build your team that way. Oftentimes, those kind of big signings, bro, like, think about how many times have we seen it work? We've seen it work with Haaland, but also City were good before he came. We've seen it work
Yes.
with Van Persie. He was that final piece, but we were good before he came. There was very rarely a time where that one big 100 mil signing made you a serious title contender, or even just get you any like trophies that way, just from like 100 mil signing. Like
Rice was 100 mil.
yeah, but you guys had a very good season.
Before, and Rice didn't take us anywhere different.
Yeah,
We
he
went
didn't
from
take it
3
anywhere
points to 2.
different. Yes, he was a good piece, a good addition, eh? But
Look at Caicedo and Enzo.
Look at Caicedo, look at Enzo. Look at the best teams, no, in our lifetime.
Yes.
And how they originated. Let's look at Prime Barca. Prime Barca was groomed. They were these young boys were groomed from
Everyone
the days of
was groomed.
school. And they grew together as a team. What I can see from Arsenal now, what kind of got you in this position was a good crop of young players growing together.
Yeah.
It's an organic project. You know what I mean? Even City, yes, it wasn't as organic, but their team, like Mourinho said, investments from
the
their
past.
past. It's never really here we go, like now, and this shit just happens now. Like maybe if what's his name? What's his last name we were talking about now? From Napoli. Osimhen. Maybe if Osimhen was 20, you guys brought him in for a lower price, and then he kind of grew with your team. Maybe it'll be a different situation, but I think the risk versus the reward for bringing a player like that on that amount of money is not worth it.
I
It's
think
just not.
I think the kind of sweet spot, no, where you're gonna get in today's market, where you're gonna get a player that's gonna come in and be able to get you good results. So let's say in a perfect situation, we get a striker, comes in, scores 20 goals. No? The only way a striker is gonna walk into Arsenal and score 20 goals is if that striker costs no more than 70 million. Because once you cross that barrier, the pressure of the funds comes up. Like even look at Alba. Alba signed for Arsenal for I think either 32 or 45. It wasn't a lot of money for Alba, who at the time was one of the best hitters in Europe. And Alba came through and Alba pulled up.
Yeah, he pulled up, bro.
Alba scored
People
goals.
forget Alba, but Alba.
Alba
who?
Alba
what?
Alba
Bro,
did
Alba
not
was a
play.
nightmare. I'm not gonna
Alba
lie.
did not. He was so ridiculously clinical.
He just had two assets that just make you a threat: pace and finishing.
Ridiculous finishing.
Ridiculous finishing.
Ridiculous finishing, ridiculous place. He just got himself in these positions, no, where if he was running in behind you, it was over.
Yeah.
If he just had a moment to pick his spot, it was over. And I think Arsenal don't really play like that at the moment. We don't really, like with the threat in behind, we do more build-up, cut-back type of shit.
Yeah.
Because teams are used to putting these high blocks against us. So I think Osimhen is nice because Osimhen's good in the air. Arsenal whole day with corners. I mean, that type of cock. So Osimhen would be a good fit. My dream signing is still Isak.
Yeah.
Still Isak.
But like I said, man, the high profile, you know what, and you know what's the crazy thing about the high profile striker signing specifically? Like anywhere else, okay, yeah. But like for example, Jude Bellingham, that was a high profile signing. Yes, he was a midfielder, but they didn't pay 100 mil for somebody to come and score goals like he did.
Yes.
With a high profile striker,
Goals.
you are paying 100 mil for an expected
30 goals, minimum.
30 goals or some shit like that.
Minimum 30.
And if it's anywhere beneath that, it's a failure essentially. Because he's a striker. You're paying for goals.
You're paying for goals.
And that amount of pressure with a striker, like for example with Højlund, he had a good first season for somebody that cost 30 mil.
Yes.
That season would be good for a 30 mil signing. 70 mil, I mean, 70 mil was
Did Højlund
a
cost you
lot.
70?
But 70, he was like 60 something. Højlund was a
Oh
really expensive
my
signing,
goose.
bro. He was really expensive.
And that's the thing that I'm talking about, no? And Højlund, now that I've had a chance to watch him, no? Højlund is really good at certain things, but he's still so unbelievably raw. His game, he has two for me, no? He has two big strengths in his game. One, when he can have neat interplay, but he must be moving already.
Yeah, you must be.
He must have momentum, no? And when he doesn't have momentum, he gets into fighting matches with strikers too much. With defenders. Like, have you seen Jesus' back to play game?
Yeah, Jesus has a very delicate back to play game.
It is, no?
It's very polished.
It's almost ridiculously. For me, it's one of my favorite things about him. Back to goal is a menace. He's not fighting, bro. He brings that ball down and he's making an action. With Højlund, I think sometimes he's so fucking worried about pushing the bro. He ends up doing nothing. He loses the ball.
Yeah.
You see, so he needs to kind of work on his mid game. He needs to work on that in between. Because there's definitely good with Højlund, no? But for 65 million, like you say, it's overshadowed because United as a whole had a bad season. Huh?
Yeah.
But I think one more season of sub 10, and he had spells. But for me, I prefer consistent goals over spells. One every 3 games.
Yeah.
That's
Something like
good
that.
enough for
But
me.
you know what? Now, I think especially with a striker like Hoyland, with Jesus, it's a bit different because he came from City, so he's had that time. I think.
Hoyland's got better finishing than Jesus, by the way.
I think
Guaranteed.
the game hasn't slowed down for him because what I've noticed with him is once he gets a chance, he snatches at it. Like that's what you talking about, that fighting.
Yes.
It's almost like I want the goal now.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. With Jesus, it's more like, "Oop, I might give a go, I might not.
you know.
And that's when the game is a bit slow. You see, like you don't always have to rush things.
Yeah.
It slows down. I think once that game slows down too many, realize he can just he doesn't really have to always try and take the game by the scruff of the neck. He just kind of needs to be more patient and more deliberate with his actions. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
Whereas like now he's kind of just like, yes, he's deliberately shooting. Like most of his goals are deliberately shooting, but the getting there is he's just doing whatever it takes to get in that position.
Yes, he's
basically.
fighting his way through. That's when I think of Hoyland. I think of a nigga just fighting.
And you know what's weird?
Yeah.
CR7 is, I think he's got the same problem. I've seen it in the Euros. He's doing that same thing. He's snatching the chances. He's not that same kind of guy. Like, that's why he struggles so much. Like, you'll notice, oftentimes strikers that do that, they'll fall a lot.
Yeah.
They'll lose balance because in that moment, like it's just you tense.
They want to smash it.
They want to smash. They want to
something.
force it in instead of like letting the game come to them and letting goals come to them. Because how good was CR at Madrid, bro? When he was playing striker, the goals,
Simple.
the ball basically was magnetized toward him at that.
And he would get to the edge of the box. He would go left. He would go right. Either way, he was going to put it in a corner.
Yeah.
Left, right. He kind of almost slowed you down to shift it one of the ways, and then he bangs it in. Whereas now there's no slowdown. It's almost like he keeps going at the same pace, and then he tries to do something. Whereas old CR drew you in, slowed it, accelerated, shot.
I think that also comes with sometimes just the lack of maybe options that you have. Like now, CR doesn't have the same kind of weapons.
He doesn't have the pace.
He doesn't have that pace or that trickery. All he really has now is an eye for goal. And Hoyland at the moment doesn't have too many. He doesn't have too many weapons. He's got his finishing. He's got his speed. So that's what he's gonna rely on. He's gonna keep running, and he's got his strength. He's
Yeah.
gonna fight.
And,
you know what I mean?
and the trip with Hoyland also is he's starved of chances.
Yeah,
at
he's
United.
starved. That brother's starved. He's coiling already.
He's
And yeah,
coiling.
that also causes that kind of like, when you haven't gotten anything in a while, bro, you snatching a
You
chance.
snatching at chances,
You
like.
snatching a chance. You might make a mistake or two.
And I look, and I know I don't like, I always glaze Saka, nah? But I always compare Saka to Rashford. Nah? And I watch how many times in a game I see Rashford and I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to cut in on his right, he's going to cut in on his right, he's going to cut in on his right. He's going to cut in. Rashford takes maybe 4 or 5 shots a game. There's games that Saka goes and Saka doesn't even take a shot. Saka's going to the byline, he's taking players on, he's almost working for the team. And because of that, when he does, there's so many games I'm like, Saka, cut inside and shoot. I'm like frustrated because he's not doing it. No? And then more than often when he cuts inside, he scores.
He scores. He scores those cutting sides a lot. I've noticed he's a threat from that.
But do you know how little he does it? That's almost the frustrating part. He so rarely shoots. He always takes his man to the byline. He's ninth. That's almost what his number one threat is. No? You know he wants to get into his left. No? So you kind of give him the byline. And he takes the byline every time.
He takes what's given to him.
Yes.
Really.
And Rashford always wants the inside. So you can show him the byline, he's not going to do shit.
Yeah.
So the striker or the person in the box doesn't have a chance really.
Yeah.
Whereas with Saka, his number one goal is byline. If he gets the inside, he's going to take that shit.
Yeah, he takes what's given to him, and that's also goes back to letting the game come to him.
Yeah.
He reads the game and then he takes what he's given. Whereas with Rashi, he may read the game, but he's gonna try and take what he wants, and that's not always on.
And he
Decision
always
making.
takes what he wants.
He always tries to
goes
take
for
what he
that
wants.
rocket, that cut inside rocket. Like it's like sometimes I just think, brother, what maakt jy?
Yeah. And imagine Steph just hit threes all day. Like he just always tried to hit threes. It wouldn't make him as potent, whereas sometimes he'll go inside, sometimes he'll dish it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then sometimes he'll hit the three. Like you've gotta, even though you have a very strong weapon like Rashi's got this like really strong shot, you mustn't always use that, bro.
And do you almost know what makes Steph more dangerous is, no? That everyone knows Steph wants the three, but Steph's inside game is ridiculous.
Yeah.
His player package, S tier, his mid range. It's like he knows what you want, what the number one threat is, no? But if you give him anything else, he takes it and he's so efficient at it. It's almost like, what the hell are you gonna do?
And you know what's funny? Because of that, it elevates his the other weapons he has.
Yeah.
So imagine Rashi one day just decided, I'm just gonna become a great crosser. I'm just gonna put in great balls. Like Rashi, even though he's not a great crosser, or he doesn't do the byline thing often, if he starts to do that, he'll find great success because that's what people are gonna give him. And then he does that one day. I want to know he takes a shot, boom, like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's all a
Rashford
balance.
still has, and I'm always so surprised when I see it. No, Rashford is ridiculously fast. Like there's times where like he does that knock, no? And you see the way he closes the like that space between where he knocked the ball to, and if he just does that to the byline and gets a cutback on that, bro. Like you're making bread. You're making bread.
Because if you get to if you're doing the byline drive, you don't have to stop. Actually, it's preferable that you don't actually stop.
Yeah.
Keep going. Whereas with Rashi, because he only wants one thing, you often see him do that thing where he's gonna face up his defender, he's gonna slow it down.
Yes.
That is where he makes his mistakes most of the time. Gets there, he's out wide now, he's ISO. Rashi's gonna slow it down. You know what I mean? Because
Right,
now
to
he
get it
has
on
to
that right.
use his skill to beat the player, which he doesn't always do great. But if you go to the byline, it's simple. Go to the byline, get the ball in, done. You don't have to stop at all. You can keep the game going.
And the
You know what I
trip
mean?
is, no? I've noticed he starts his attacks almost very, like when he's taking a player on, no? He's most effective when he's coming from a distance.
Yeah.
When he gets the ball on the edge of the box, there isn't enough space for that, almost for his pace to shine.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where he gets static, I've noticed.
Yeah, he gets stuck in the mud.
He gets stuck in the mud when he's just inside of the D. Can't tap it past this bro necessarily. He'll go for the shot.
Yeah.
You see, whereas if he can just go for the byline drive, no? If he does it enough, people will start to worry about it, and then you'll get more love on the inside.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like Iron Robin. If you're Iron Robin levels, I watched a video of Iron Robin the other day, no? In his current age. He was yakking jeans, a pair of fucking Vans, and a shirt, and he was just running at this defender. And like flat Vans. And he was doing the foot thing. And I'm literally watching this video and I'm shouting, he's gonna cut inside. He's gonna cut inside. He's gonna cut it. I'm shouting at my phone. He's gonna cut inside. He cuts inside.
And he's
Bangs with
he
top
bangs
ones. I don't know how old Robin is now. No? I go to the comments. Do you know what I see? Everyone in caps. He's gonna
gonna
cut
cut.
inside.
He's gonna cut.
He's gonna cut inside. But if you get to that level where everyone knows what you're going to do now. The defender knew what he was going to do. You just can't stop it. I understand it. But Rashford, you can stop it.
You can't stop it. He doesn't have that kind of technical dribble that Robin
And
has.
he doesn't have the technical shot that Robin had.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He
yeah.
doesn't. Robin's
He's got a
striking
smash.
was
He's got a smash.
pure. He hit the ball pure, clean. Whereas with Rashford, he almost bangs it. But look, we've been going on for a while. I think on that note, let's wrap it up. It's going to be a long season.
Yeah, guys, it's gonna be a long season. Exciting times to come. Some tears, some joy,
Yeah.
and yeah, let's just see how it goes. When United's got new ownership, Arsenal's on the road to glory still. Third season going. We can see
Third
how it
season
goes.
go. We're hoping.
Let's hope City falls off. Let's hope we see something different.
Something different, but
You
I'm
know what I
tired
mean?
of City winning.
And I think this season is gonna be a really competitive season.
Yeah.
Considering
Everyone's
everybody's
strengthened.
geared up, everybody's learned from their mistakes from last season. Hopefully.
Angie's still playing that eyeliner.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nigga.
Chelsea, new manager.
Yellow new
Liverpool,
players.
new manager.
How did Chelsea sign so many new players, bro?
Bro, I don't even know really how
How
Chelsea
many
are
winners
doing
do
what they're
Chelsea
doing.
have, bro?
That's crazy.
When is FFP gonna fund Chelsea? Chelsea have spent $1 billion since
I don't know if
Bowley
you
took over.
I don't know if you remember, but I saw this video recently with Cole Palmer taking a penalty and Jackson and Madueke were busy rolling for. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was from last season.
That's disgraceful.
No, they do it all the time. That's not the first time they've done it.
disgraceful.
They've been
That
fighting
is
over it.
disgraceful. Yeah.
Brother, but look, Chelsea, I don't know how they spent $1 billion. And they're still signing all these niggas up to these prison contracts. I saw Neto signed a 7-year deal.
Even if Chelsea gets relegated, they're going to have all these bros on 10-year deals.
Yes, bro. It's so it's cash out. Listen here, guys. It's been lit. First show of the new season.
Let's see where it goes. Let's see what happens next. Stay tuned for the next episode. We love you. GG.
GG's.